I'm so proud of these young people for organizing this.
Too.
She's an 8th grader at Ankeny Middle School that organizes this.
Yes.
Well, if we don't do something now, it'll only get worse and worse. And it's really like what supports us. If you don't do something now, there's not going to be anything to do later.
Because we're enacting climate change. Hey guys, we might be moving inside because it's really cold out here.
Ring the bell for climate change. A Cassera Lasso is where people go out in the streets and bang pots and pans.
I'm working with the Youth Climate US group, and basically they just helped me with like all the press stuff, and then I tried to reach out on social media and get everyone to come and organize the event. Well, I have been environmental for like about a year now. I went zero waste last year at about this time. I saw on Instagram like Greta's speech, and I looked at her page and I saw her strikes, and it inspired me to do one here.
I want to thank Lydia and Greta for all their efforts.
Part of our thing is advocating for better environmental legislature because, you know, of course nothing gets done if, you know, nobody is motivating that change.
It's what we live on, it's where we go, it's where we come from, it's where we return. We gotta show respect. When the planet gets worse, we get worse.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. For the planet. Touch for the planet. Touch for the planet. Good job. Good job.
We deserve a future as much as any generation before us. But it's not just the youth that needs to combat climate change. It's easy to combat climate change in everyday life by making simple changes. That we have 100% renewable energy by 2030 and stop the use of fossil fuels. We also want all environmental decisions to be tied to real science, and including the 2018 IPCC report. And we want a national emergency declared on climate change.
Yeah.
If everyone thinks they're too small to make a difference, then nothing will ever change. Even in Iowa, climate change affects us daily. Climate change will affect growing seasons and cause devastation around the world. We're tired of our voices not being heard and our concerns being ignored. We won't take no for an answer.
I'm an activist, a student, a runner, a friend, and an earth lover.
Yeah, you are.
I am also terrified. I am terrified because our planet is dying. I am even more terrified because we are doing nothing about it. I am sick of being afraid. I'm sick of being forced to worry for other generations because the ones in charge will not focus on it. I am sick of being told we will deal with it eventually. I am sick of our planet being placed at the bottom of our priority list. So it's up to us. It's up to us to invest in technologies, to vote in the leaders that will implement the Green New Deal, to educate our peers on what we can change as the youth, to take a stand for what we believe in, and to make sure that others have a position where they can do the same. It's up to us to stand up for our home. We got handed this mess, so it's our turn to clean it up. And we must do just that so that we do not pass down a planet in even worse conditions to our children. We must rise together and work for them, for our future students, future friends, children, and our future Earth lovers. For all people, we must work for them. What we stand for fearlessly is what we stand on. They deserve it too. Thank you.
Do something about the crisis we are looking at today. Today, 16,306 species are in danger of extinction because of climate change. It is not a rumor. It is not a conspiracy theory. Climate change is very real. If we don't stop the changes that are happening, we have 11 years before the detrimental changes are unstoppable. And the earth is warming, and the polar sheets are melting. The seas are rising, and so should we. We have 11 years to do something, or we can't repair it. The only change that really changed the society ever before were the radical changes. I think back to Rosa Parks. She said no to the authorities and became the spark of the civil rights movement. Today, we say no to procrastinating saving our earth. Because there's a crisis before us. Now, if you don't think that your voice is essential, and this is going to the people that aren't here today, maybe something that inspired me once will inspire you too. a person that I look up to very much, once said, "If not me, who? If not now, when?" I hope that we can make these changes, because maybe someday your kids and my kids will get to see the kaleidoscope of butterflies that I once got to see.
Honor all of the young people who have showed up here today to demonstrate your passion and your commitment to fight for your future.
Imagine there's no countries, it isn't hard to do. No fear or hunger, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living for the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope